So I really thank for those of you macam ada follower those who written back for this session. This morning I had a very good session on the interview, and now let's go into the topic. What are we going to explore and find out this wonderful afternoon? So the title which is given to me is called Workplace Preparation Program: Expectation and Realities at Workplace. Expectation. So we all have certain expectation, but then when you go to the workplace, what are the realities? So I, as usual, before we go in, I want to ask you, are you ready? So if you are ready, if you are lying down, please get up, because the reality of our life is, if we are not ready for what we want to learn, it's very difficult for us to pick up as much as things in our life, but as usual, let's get this afternoon moving by asking you this question. How are you feeling? If by now you should know already there are 4 things. Awesome. So awesome. So please do that. Second is, of course, fantastic. And third is yes, yes, yes. And last but not least is, of course, I'm the best. And that's the mindset we are students. And of course, I'm an alumni. But yet this thing actually is still into very, very strong in my mind, that we must be awesome people, fantastic people, must always have proactive optimism towards the marketplace. And then we must remember that we are in the top university in Malaysia, and so to get into are not easy. So I really hope that you guys prepare yourself, your mindset to really go all out in this particular session. So how are you feeling today? Awesome, fantastic, yes, 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 I'm the best. Now with that frame in our mind, I want to bring about this gentleman. I don't know whether you know him or not. He's siapa dia? Kenal siapa dia? Kalau kenal, letaklah dalam in your sharing, chat group sharing. Do you know him? Do you know him? Pernah dengar? Who is he? Socrates. Anybody can put in the chat group or not? So let's see what do you say about this guy? Who is this guy? Historian, Socrates, Darwin. You kenal Darwin, tapi ni Socrates. Tapi Socrates ni siapa? Socrates is a philosopher. It's a philosopher. Those who know football, your father, mother, my error. Socrates, very famous footballer. 1982 Brazilian World Cup team. Dr. Socrates, but he's a smoking type lah. Now die already. That's why don't smoke lah. But this Socrates is a philosopher. So he said this, I cannot teach anybody anything, I can only make them think. So this afternoon, before we explore our topic further, let me put this forward. Actually, I cannot teach you anything, because you can just ask your father, mother, they will tell you. But the problem is they don't want to tell you what are the realities of the workplace. But as I'm going to share, I want you to think deeply. You can even discuss with your parents, and they might agree, might disagree. But I can't teach you anything you do not know, because every day you hear what your father, mother come back from workplace, and they will tell certain things, but maybe you didn't pay attention. So that's why I can't teach you anything. Similarly, like what Socrates said, but I want you to start thinking. This is very important. Time for us to consider thinking. I know some of you are concerned because 4 p.m. PM is making some announcement, right? But that one, don't worry lah. That is events of outside. But what's the outcome you want from this session? So your response is very important. So therefore, our learning objective 3, number 1, at the end of the workshops, I hope, I believe the students will have, number 1, set a mindset for constant change. And change is something which is evident. In fact, now it's so rapid. So our mindset must be ready for that. Second is, of course, get a perspective of work world. So we want to prepare, right? So we want to prepare, we must make sure what is the perspective of the work world. And third, of course, is we must be agile to embrace ambiguity and uncertainty. And it's going to be more rampant now. The moment you step out of from university, because at least 2-3 years we will struggle. So there will be a lot of ambiguity. Ambiguity means, the meaning of ambiguity very simple. You from your side, you look number 6, right? From the other side, somebody look, they see number 9. So who's right, who's wrong? That is ambiguity. The fact and fake looks very sick. That's ambiguity. Uncertainty, like the condition now, it's very uncertain, right? When we can go back to university, when we can get out to play football, or when can we have our party, Can we go to Ramadan Bazaar? Will the MCO extended? All these are uncertainty. But we want to be agile. Agility. Apa ni agility? Okay. Those of you play sports, you will know lah very well. You might not have heard of this word, or probably you know. If you know me, it's good lah. If you don't know, agility means agile. You're able to stretch like a goalkeeper. You know, sometimes you see you play football and the ball is flying. Wow, impossible angle, but the goalkeeper can dive and push the ball out. Agility. Those of you play netball, you know, the net, those shooter. You know, they have agility to stretch. Those defense, they have agility to block, agility, agile, like adaptability lah. But you can really stretch. That's the meaning of agility. So that's our hope in this workshop. But again, I will call upon Oprah to make sure that we are on the right frame. Frame mesti sama lah. So that we can pick up in this one hour. Number one, what is that? Open mind. So remember, concepts which I share for you to think, good things take, not so good, put it aside. Okay, maybe for future consideration. And similarly, if your father, mother listening also, I want them to have an open mind lah. Don't they say, you what lah, Mr. Ravi, don't lah tell all the secrets of the workplace. Okay, open mind. Number two, prepare. So prepare as usual, prepare your water, prepare to learn, prepare to take notes, prepare, make sure your internet connection. I know some of you, your internet connection might not be very good, but I hope that you will be able to stay with us afloat. All right, and obviously, of course, paper, pen, and pencil, because I'm going to give you some formulas lah. You all from science faculty, faculty, then you all know a lot of formulas, but this is formulas for you to progress in your life. Okay, and then of course you need to respond. How you respond? Thumbs up. Even though I cannot see you, you must thumbs up. I need to feel that. And then use the chat for you to put in informations, especially when I do activities. I want you to respond through that. Okay, well, please, you also need to mute, because I can hear the sound krak. Apa tu? Tengah buat what? Bantu, helping mother to korek the kelapa. Don't lah. Okay, take time. Tell my mother, don't worry, mommy. After I can help. Now you need to be attentive. Give platform for me to speak. And last but not least, have fun. Stay home, stay safe. Okay, so that's perspective. Quickly give you a brief outline of those of you probably first time meeting me. This is my career path. I started with public finance, a graduate trainee, immediately from University Malaya. Then I spent about 11 years in Panasonic Corporation. And then in 2004, until now, I'm actually running a training organization. Okay. Now, why am I qualified to speak to you? Because I'm an alumni of University Malaya. I have your interest in my heart. Because you are the future of our country and we want to make sure University Malaya dominate the marketplace. Okay. So therefore, I'm bringing my exposure experience which I have as a student, okay, from all the 3 degrees which I did in the university, all my internship exposures in various organizations, and now I'm a industry academy partner with University Malaya, and then I do a lot of bridging lah between companies. But more important, my exploration for the last since I work 30 years I've been working. I've traveled to 33 countries, meet so many people. So that is the exposure which I have, so that I want to share with you and prepare your mindset, because I meet people tell me 101 story. And now the best part is this, all the stories say more. All the stories say. So we always think the grass is greener outside there until you go and see, alamak, banyak kaudang. So whatever company I go, story masil sama. Expectation and reality is the same thing. Okay. So that's my exploration. Okay. So, in that sense, as we're going to go into the topic, as a prospective employee, all of you are prospective employee, you will have certain expectation going to work. Okay, so what is the expectation? Earn better money, better salary, better income, pay back PTPTN, take care of parents, contribute to the nation development, and all kind of things. Certain expectation. Then you want to go there, you expect organization to be good, bosses to be very nice, nice working place, and so on. And all these are expectation lah. Now, nothing wrong, because I too had that expectation. Okay. Now, next is how work happens is often different from how we think it happens. So we can think all we like, but then when we go to workplace, often it is very different. So I think it's very important for us to prepare our mindset. What are we actually going to face? Okay. Now, at the same time, This session, let me tell you very frankly, this session is not making any value judgment. I'm not condemning about any company or whatever it is or the culture, but I only want to only pointing out what was observed at workplace. And because in my line of work, I'm a corporate trainer, so I go to many companies, factories, countries to train people. So I observe lah, but I'm not judging people. Okay, so this observation is actually to share so that you get a perspective, because some of you probably have worked in companies before. All right, but this session itself is to open up your mind. More important is how are you going to respond to the situations in the organization, whether it's good or bad, but preparation is vital. Okay, so therefore the key, inilah penting, the kunci, the key is setting our mindset for constant change, to learn, unlearn and relearn. This is 21st century's language lah. Maybe some of you probably heard your lecturers also say, but maybe they always use this word, learn, but it's not only learn. Whatever you learned yesterday, you need to unlearn today and relearn so that we can constantly survive in the marketplace. Okay? Now, this as a perspective, I want to ask you a question. So now it's the time for you to use the chat box. Siapakah gerangannya orang muda ini? You see a gentleman there. Atok, okay lah, grandfather lah. Who is he? Anybody can tell me? Let me check the chat group. See whether you guys, UM students are very smart people. So please put in and let me know if you know who is the person. Hey, hello, not the roti. No, the roti, the one I know. I know you all fighting for roti. Tun Daim. Good effort. Okay, lagi. Siapakah dia? Anyone? Yes. Oh, wow, somebody very smart person. Alia Muzaffar. Konosuke. Bagus. Nama panjang dia apa? Baguslah. Tapi setengah markah saja, Alia Muzaffar. Hey, I hope you what do you call nak kerja bank keluar tak silap apa ni? Okay, I don't know what you mean by that. Anybody else? Konosuke Mashita. Itulah pandai lah. Ini bapa kerja dekat Panasonic ke? Tak apalah. Okay, good. Alia, you very good. You apply. I recommend lah to Panasonic. At least you know. Okay, now Konosuke Mashita siapa dia? He's actually the founder of Panasonic Corporation. 1918 he started the company. Three people. He, his wife and his brother-in-law. They started the organization. Small setup lah. By the time he passed away in 1989, the company is worth about 75 billion USD. Besar. That's as big as Malaysia GDP, no? It's a huge organization. Of course, still surviving now, 102 years. Okay, I worked there for about 11 years. So I think that is the first time I saw this word. Not for bread alone. Question. Soalan. Apa maksud ni? Not for bread alone. Sri, please post in your chat box. Apa tu? Not for bread alone. Okay, correct. Some of you say Konosuke founder Panasonic. Okay, tapi apakah maksud ni not for bread alone? Because we want to, the context of discussion will be covering in this particular perspective. And I can tell you frankly, if you can get this word correctly, you can survive any environment. So what is this? Not for bread alone. So fikir-fikirkan. I give you a few seconds lah. Okay, somebody say PJ. Dia kata work not only for the pay. Pandainya. Okay, somebody, laju lah. Sabar. Okay, not for money alone. Dough equals to money. Okay, we work not just for money or living, not only for money. Betul ke y'all ni? Kerja dekat luar sana bukan untuk cari makan je. Okay, hello, we'll be closing the room in 1 minute. That's not the answer I'm expecting. Okay, hey, Suvita, you're back. Not living for food alone. Okay, appreciate of job enrichment, business ethic. Allah, pandai lah. Okay, Nurul, to work for the future. Okay, very good. Enough lah. Too much nanti sakit pula saya. Okay, now, this is what I want you to pay attention. Listen very carefully. Because I tell you, your parents, my parents, many of us, uncle, auntie, semua lah. All of us, we struggle at the workplace. And so I too struggle, until when I joined Panasonic Corporation. And happened that I was exposed to this book lah. This one is a book, not for bread alone. Bukan sekadar periuk nasi. There's a Malay version also. Because why? When I first started to work, I think was originally my first place was at Public Bank kan. So saya kerja rajin tau. I was only 22 years old that time. I go to work like 6:30 in the morning. Work start 9 o'clock. I come back about 9:30. So how many hours is that? More than 12 hours. Crazy, right? Yeah, because eager, ma. I am a University Malaya student. I want to impress my bosses. Okay, but I work very hard. But then the day what happened, I fall sick. Because in 3 months, I fall sick. I ended up in University Malaya punya hospital lah. 1 minggu dalam hospital because that time no COVID-19 all. Don't have. But that time don't know what. Cerebere. Because every day come back, makan apa? Makan kuih tiaw goreng. Oh lama. Every night eat kuih tiaw goreng because cheapest, RM1 only that time. Near Jalan Gasing in Jalan University lah. Ended up in the University Hospital. Doctors kept me there for 1 week, and then he said nothing wrong with you because I'm an athlete. Nothing wrong, but why the stomach colic acidic already because every day eat kuih tiaw goreng. But I come back late. That's the only stall which is open. So I was very frustrated. Then I ended my career lah in Public Bank for 1 year, 2 months. Then left and then joined Panasonic Corporation. When I joined Panasonic Corporation, then my whole perspective of work changed. Really. Because what this is the statement lah. Ini. Okay, I don't know whether got any foreign student or not because I also want to kupaskan this maksud dalam bahasa Melayu. Okay, so please bear with me. But English version is there lah, so for you all could know. Why and for what purpose do we work? Kenapa? Mengapa? Apakah tujuan kita bekerja? Of course, we have to work to support ourselves. Memanglah kita kena kerja untuk menampung diri kita. But if that is all, kalau itu sahaja, work will be nothing but hardship. Kerja itu buang masa, memberi kita banyak masalah. So when we think of work as arduous, bila kita fikir kerja itu bagaikan suatu yang menyusahkan, we are constantly looking for ways to escape it. Kita akan sentiasa mencari jalan untuk keluar daripadanya. Or lighten its burden, untuk mengurangkan beban tersebut. Work can be absorbing. Kerja itu bagaikan ibadah, khusyuk and fulfilling, akan menyeronokkan. If we think of it as contributing to the enrichment of our lives and the improvement of our world, kalau kita memikirkannya sebagai sesuatu yang memberi sumbangan kemajuan dalam kehidupan kita dan kebaikan manusia sejagat, Onosuke Matsushita. I like to do that in Malay lah, really. That's why I get very emotional with this particular word. So that's the statement which I learned after I know that the way I look at work totally become different. So my question, my dear prospective employees, my beautiful friends from University Malaya. Okay, this is also for lecturers lah who are listening in, and those all the people who are working lah, also for interns lah. So as a prospective intern or employee, you have to ask this question: what is the purpose of your internship or employment? Is you are going there, work is for salary alone? Is it for quality of life, or is it not for bread alone? Ini penting ni. I think the perspective must go into the brain, because I tell you, the working world can be very disappointing sometimes. If your perspective is not right, if you think that I want to get that best salary, I want to get the quality life. Everybody, I tell you, there are so many books on what balanced life. Especially, I'm sure you all are looking for balanced life. Is that what going to happen? Until you set your brain correctly, not for bread alone. Bukan sekadar periuk nasi. Not for bread alone. Bukan sekadar periuk nasi. Oh, another term is kerja bagaikan ibadah. Work as if you working for God lah. That God will provide. I mean, if you believe that lah. If you don't believe, I don't know what to say. But what I mean is, not for bread alone. You cannot go to work just for the purpose of earning a keep. Just to cari makan. Because tak cukup. Tak cukup. When I work, my first salary, write it down lah. In case you all want to ask how much for entry level. Salary, first salary, $1,000, $32.50. $1,032.50. Itu salary saya lepas tolak EPF dan SOKSO. I was very happy because young graduate, 22 years old, first salary. Because my parents are rubber tapper. You all know what's rubber tapper? Tore getah, plantation. Their salary, father, mother combined, ringgit 1 month. My salary, $1,032.50. Of course, I'm happy lah. Graduate, right? But after 15 days, not enough. Not enough. Because I have to pay for I stayed in what they call rental unit in PJ that time, working in Jalan Sultan Sulaiman Public Bank building. Tak cukup. Girlfriend pun tak ada masa tu. Tak ada. Betul, tak ada. Tak ada duit lah siapa nak datang, betul tak? So not enough. Pay for rental, pay for electricity bill, pay for water. That time no telephone. What else? Pay for my BMW. Mr. Ravi, ada BMW? Ada. Bas mini wilayah, 60 sen saja masa tu. Bas mini wilayah lah. So after pay, then I'm a very, anak yang soleh. Every month send 400 ringgit to my parents in Johor Bahru, because my parents stay in Johor Bahru to pay for their house lah. Yalah, kena lah bayar balik. Takkan lepas graduate, you want to give something to your parents, right? $1,030.50. But then after 15 days, I realized, tak cukup. So I work very hard. The harder I work, I find the salary never increase. Because increment only comes, ask your parents, increment only comes once a year. Once a year. That one also, when they give you the increment, I tell you lah, how the increment given last time to me, they will say, okay, Mr. Ravi, please sit down. Okay, this is your increment. Actually, you don't deserve it. I work very hard. No, you don't deserve it. But nevertheless, company give you because I think you still okay lah, not bad lah. Okay, but please, don't expect this thing to come again next month, next year. Next year maybe no certainty. So please, please say thank you to me. Macam tu lah. Mana cukup. Until I change the perspective, I say no lah. If I go and work only for the keep, mati, tak cukup. Okay, activity guys. Okay, we're going to go into this activity to actually explain, help you to understand this perspective which I'm talking about. Okay. Now for this activity, what I want you to do is that you need to observe me. You need to observe me, and after that, let me know lah. What do you learn from this activity? Boleh? Faham? Untuk ni aktiviti ni tak boleh baring, kena berdiri. Kena berdiri. Saya pun berdiri. Okay. So now, first of all, please fold your arms. Please fold your arms. Okay. Alright. Now, please fold the other way. Okay. I repeat again. No trick lah. Simple activity only. Okay. Fold your arms the normal way lah. The way you are very comfortable. Okay. Now, fold the other way. How do you feel? How do you feel? Okay, please put that in the chat. I want to see whether you understand what I'm saying or not. How do you feel? Okay, somebody said weird, uncomfortable, some sensation, alamak, awkward, pelik. Okay, whatever, very good. Wondering, tak selesa. Some people normal, very good. Some people very normal. Not usual, uncomfortable, lost, blah blah blah. Okay, cukup. Wih, banyak sangat. You all very good. I tell you, please, lecturers who are observing this, I think these students are fantastic. Cakap satu soalan, dia banyak jawapan. Okay, tak apa. Bawa bertenang. Okay, very good. Smart already. Okay, you got the message. Okay, just keep that in mind. Alright, now, more difficult activity. More difficult activity. This activity is called Can You Spot? Can you spot? Okay, now what can you spot? So please observe me. Nampak? Okay, aku nak tutup video kejap. Tutup video. Okay, tutup video. Alright, now I'm going to remove something from me, and then you tell me lah what is missing. Okay, Alright, now I'm back. So, can you spot what is missing? Write down. Tulis. What is missing? See how many of you got it correct, Oh, teranya. You guys are good lah. Apa ni? I think I'll bring more difficult activity next time. Wallahi, semua jawapan betul. Pen. Awkward. Bukan awkward lah. Pen. Okay, cukup. Mantap. You already got the message. Very good. So guys, change. Okay, I'm going to talk about change. And so as we are talking about, let's sink and soak for a minute. Of course, it is awkward. Change is not something very easy. Even in that particular activity which I just did just now. Okay, some of you are very observant. You can see change. Some of you probably wondering, apa dah sama juga Mr. Ravi. Gambar belakang pun kampa sama juga. Baju pun biru. Tak ada cuci ke Mr. Ravi? Adalah, aku ada banyak baju biru. Okay. speaker ada apa missing, apa missing. But some of you are very observant. Okay, so this is alertness. Okay, and of course you already mentioned the key points, which you just. So I don't want to go into that. Just quickly, I'll let you know. Please write it down if you can. Benjamin Franklin. Siapa dia? American lah. I think he's one of the guys who designed the American Constitution. Unfortunately, now Americans maybe they forgot already. But never mind. We take something good from them lah. So what he said, change is the only constant in life. It is comfortable, uncomfortable, it's awkward, not tak selesa. You feel like not good. But one's ability to adapt to those changes will determine your success in life. Okay, so I changed something just now. The pen was missing. Is something which for you probably say I cannot see anything lah. But we have to learn to change. Even like now, if you look at it, I'm speaking. I'm not used to this actually because I speak in front of people. I'm so used to speak in front of people. But now I'm not sure who is watching me also. Yeah, except from the responses which you give. Okay? So we have to be observant because we must have the ability to adapt to those changes will determine your success in life. Ability to observe, to look at things like just now. There was a change in my body. Somebody observed and picked it up, which actually an excellent skill of young. So this one put in your resume lah. Ability to observe changes. So like the screen behind. Sometimes people ask me, hey, macam mana ni Mr. Ravi? You tak ada MCO ke Mr. Ravi? You trainer, you never follow order. Hello, ini dekat rumah lah. Gambar. Macam mana? Itulah. That's why as a trainer, I quickly have to learn and see how to create my own studio. And let me tell you, you will get a shock. Some of you thinking that I've invested millions of dollars to set up the studio. Tada! Ini belakang, tirai ini my wife Sari, you know. I got an explanation on this in my Facebook. My first video which I posted, I talk about this. Sari, green sari. You put green sari, you zoom, you get this background. Go to virtual background. Adaptable. And so some of my trainers say, macam mana ni? How much you spend? No, nothing. Sari, wife Sari lah. Dah kahwin 26 tahun, sehari lama dia bagilah. Okay? One's ability to adapt to those changes will determine your success in life. Okay, so keep that in mind. So as we're going to dwell this topic, ni siapa ni? Peter Drucker. I don't know lah. From Hafiza, she told me that majority of you are science faculty. So probably never heard of this guy. But never mind. Learn. Peter Drucker is one of the influential thinker in management. In fact, before even COVID-19, I think 20 years ago, you already said the 3 C's. Ask your father and mother, corporate, they will know. Change, complexity, and competition. Can write down lah. Even you don't write down mine because I told Hafiza, you all know Hafiza or not? You don't know Hafiza, you die. You better know Hafiza because she will have all these notes later and then she will send it to somebody. Okay, somebody. So you better know Hafiza. Okay, Hafiza is in Chitra. Okay. Now what Peter Drucker said, we live in an era of accelerated change. I tell you. Now the change is so fast, so rapid, so rampant. Last time when this was told 20 years ago, we never really feel it, you know. But now the speed of it change, speed of thought. Overwhelming complexity. Perkara-perkara yang berlaku di tempat kerja, no more simple ready anymore. Like your parents lah, some of them won't go to office anymore because boss said, hey, I think you better work from home lah. So you want to get things done, maybe you have to do through the net. I'm sure you all are seeing this every day. Your parents doing a lot of calls and everything. Not easy, complex. And then a tremendous competition because the supply and demand curve is coming to balance already now. Those days, a lot of people are supplying many things. Many people are demanding. Now demand drop, supply pun drop. Aduh, walk lah. So there will be a tremendous competition after this. One of the competition is for the mask. Dulu mask you all tak layan kan? Nobody on line. Now so difficult. The mask. Yeah. You all cover one. Tremendous competition even for supply of that. So that is the perspective. So that's why as you are getting ready to the workplace, one of the things you must be ready is for change. And change will be much more rapid when you got. But I tell you one thing, you guys will survive lah, compared to your parents. Because you already getting, UM already getting you to hooked up into online platform and everything. So when you go to workplace, for you, things will be normal compared to people like me lah. But we have to embrace these changes. So that's why, ni penting ni. ABC. Apa ni ABC? Air batu campur. ABC. That's why changes going to happen. So we need to get aware. Okay, awareness before change. So so you understand this platform about expectation reality is bringing awareness before change. Before you go to the workplace, so that you can observe. Like that's now you all observe the pen, right? The missing pen. So you and try to create the awareness before these changes, so that when things doesn't work the way you are thinking, it becomes automatic by choice. Tak ada masalah. When you go to workplace next time, no problem for you, because you are already aware of the necessary changes which you need to make it available, so that it become automatic by choice. So some of you say that, ni Mr. Ravi, apa pasal jerit tiba-tiba? Bukan jerit. Do you know we have a guideline when we are entering into this online platform? One of the guidelines is speakers need to speak 120%. 120% power. Because why? Last time we can talk at 90 or 100 depan orang. No problem. Attention span is there. But now, for you to observe me in the screen, not easy. So I have to pitch a bit. So if you find my voice very loud, reduce the volume. Okay, understand? All right. So remember, awareness before change, so that after that become automatic by choice. Example. Remember, I'm sure by now, most of you already got your driving license. Okay. If you don't know, please go and take driving license. So initially, remember, you want to look, where is this? The one also got ABC, accelerator, brake, clutch. Those days, now no more clutch, accelerator and brake only. Initially, when you went, was very difficult. But later on, after practice, what happened? Automatic by choice. Now, after you get your license, sit in the car. Before this, check the upper back one lah, check the side one lah, check indicator lah, everything check. Now never check. Terus jalan. Automatic by choice. But still you arrive safely, right? So that's what I mean by that, automatic by choice. So therefore, as you are sitting there in your whatever situation, room or whatever it is, okay, how do you see yourself? How do you see yourself? Work on yourself. Because you cannot expect things to be the way it is, the way you want it to be, at workplace. Things will be very different. So the one thing which you can change is how you look at yourself. Okay? Today, ini penting kalau boleh tulis lah. Today I will do what others want, so tomorrow I can accomplish what others want. You understand? No? Like today lah, 100 of you. I'm so pleased. Saya sendiri as a trainer want to go into the platform also cannot. I was telling my daughter, I was communicating. She, my second daughter lah, she's in Australia. So she always asked me, said, Red, how's the session going and everything. So I told her, hey, guess what? Gemina. Tak boleh masuk. Because the students are so good. Before the session start, already half an hour earlier, poof, masuk, block, everybody go on, because they learned from the past. Last time they cannot go in. Even now, so I can see the messages coming in my WhatsApp. Wow, there is so people cannot come in, blah blah blah. Then wow, can we extend to 200? I don't know what you mean by that. Because initially we only planned for 100. We didn't expect you all to respond. Manalah tahu, you ini student they are doing things which others want. So tomorrow they can accomplish things which others want. So this is how we move the standard. So we bring you to get ready to the realities of what's going to happen in the workplace. Because why? Ini Alvin Toffler, lagi satu orang cendekiawan lah. He said, the illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. Last time, whatever you learn can last for a lifetime. 20, 30 years. And that's why sometimes you see, sometimes your parents will say, alah, aku sudah tua, apa lagi nak belajar? Itu dulu. Now cannot. Now even they have to learn, right? They have to go online, they have to go and do chat mode, all kind of things, right? So this is the situation which we are in. So you guys are in a very good platform. That's why you need to have this ability to, whatever you learned yesterday, you must also willing to unlearn and relearn. Why I say this? You look at this, learn, unlearn, relearn. Something familiar. When you learn, you earn. When you unlearn, you earn. When you relearn, you earn. Itulah kerja bagaikan ibadah. Don't lah. Just keep on learning, improving. The salary will come. It will be enough for you to settle everything. Hey, how many car do you need? How many house do you need? 2 rumah. Untuk apa? Okay, itu cerita lain. So the point is this. Upah. Bila upah masuk, learn, unlearn, relearn. So when somebody come and complain to you and not enough, repeat them this word lah. Whatever you learned last time, did you unlearn or not? You must relearn new things, because whatever we know now, it becomes useless. Tomorrow, things are happening so rapid fast, and you are the type of group which able to pick up things faster. 2 years ago, my son told me, he's now 10 years old. When he was 8 years old, I said, Daddy, you need to go into YouTube, create your YouTube, and then you'll become a YouTube sensation. I said, Gila ga you? If I would have listened to him 2 years ago, probably I'll become a YouTube sensation, right? Because scared lah. I'm so used to talk people in the public. Suddenly talk in the camera cannot. But I tell you, I do this for the last 1 week. Last week only I started. Wow, no problem. Although I cannot see you, but I think I can engage many of you. Learn, unlearn, relearn, so that you can earn. Okay? Ini formula. Tulis formula. Ambil kertas, ambil pencil. Please take your pen and pencil. Please write this formula. E plus R equals to O. What is this? What is this? E plus R equals to O. This is the most important formula for today. Okay, what is that? Life. Events in life will happen. Guys, please take note. You are going to go into the workplace. Events. Workplace events, we cannot say what will happen. Some will be very good. You are fortunate, you go into a company, everything fantastic. Sometimes you go into a company, you get rotten deal. We do not know, but that are events. But most important is how you respond. How you respond. Ask your father, mother. You think everything is rosy at workplace? Everything good, man? Of course, your parents always come and tell you all the good things, but they never tell you all the difficult things which they face, But you know why? Because they are very smart people, because they are interested in the outcome. What's the outcome? They want to provide for you. They want to make sure you, your sister, brother, everybody got sapade, soru, makan, cien, apa lagi? Sek fund. Correct or not? That's the outcome they want. So that's why whatever events happen in the workplace, their response is, tak apalah, kita takdir, kita buat yang terbaik. And they always talk about like this because that's the control. This is the mechanism we need. Whatever happens in the marketplace, good or bad, important is your response. Okay? Why? What is the outcome you want? For example, this morning somebody said, "Oh, Mr. Ravi, I'm not active in the university. I don't involve in the activity and everything." So my question is, what is the outcome you want? You want work or not? You want work, you better get involved in activities. You better respond positively to the activities so that the outcome you get opportunity for the work. But if you don't work, don't get involved in anything, don't respond. Okay? So let me give you an example. Actually, I tell you frankly, you might see me very positive, very aggressive, talking to you, very cheerful. But I tell you, if you see me 3 weeks ago, I nearly died because I was lost. Because I always play football every Sunday, suddenly cannot play. And then I always go for walking. I have a commitment of doing 10,000 steps. Every day I walk, because Kampa is a nice place to walk. Suddenly cannot do all this. Tak boleh tahan, nak jadi gila. Lucky, my wife. That's why you need a wife. You need a wife. Ask your father. Without a wife, very hard to survive. My wife make me to think. She say, "Hey, honey, you cannot go like this. Come on, man. You always say what? Events plus response equals to outcome. What outcome do you want?" And you always say what? An ideal mind is a devil's workshop. So, takkanlah idle dekat sini. Idle mean duduk diam saja. Tak boleh. Setan akan masuk dalam. So she told me, no, you start thinking. What do you think you're good? I'm good in encouraging. So are we going to encourage people? I said, okay lah, aku buat video. 2 years ago, my son asked me to do video. I just try. I came out with this video. This is Kampa. So I came out with this. How do we cope in Kampa? So I teach people about, because we become green zone, green zone, no? Orang Terengganu, Ulu Terengganu, green zone lagi, Macang, Yan, thumbs up, man. So I teach people about compassion, about optimism, about patience, about eagerness. Wow, suddenly everybody called me and said, "Wow, you terror. I say, not terror lah, because I want to make myself useful, because I don't want the event outside torture me. It's the response. My response is, I want to hold the bull by its horn. Understand or not? So that's why I don't let. And don't worry about whatever the PM going to announce. And now going to be 4 PM, another 15 minutes. You're probably wondering, the MCO, whether continue or not continue, that is an event. But what is important is your response. So what's your response? Have you prepared your resume or not? Have you prepared your time for your interview or not? Because the outcome after this all end, are you going to get a job? Okay, your CGPA is not so good. So what outcome do you want next time? You want your CGPA to improve. And so event is what? The event is you can sit down, don't do nothing, or the event is you actually pick up your books and start studying. You respond. Okay, pay attention to whatever you're doing. Outcome, when you go, CGPA go up. These are the things which we can do. So remember, so that's why as I'm talking, I want you to have this formula into your head. As you go into workplace, as we go into the reality of workplace, expectation, reality, as I'm going to share with you the realities. I want you to don't get too uptight. At the end of the day, what's the outcome you want? Itu penting lah. What's the outcome you want? So that you prepare yourself to respond to it. Okay, so 5 things. 5 things I want to share before I close. Expectation versus reality at workplace. Okay. Remember, these 5 points can be a deal maker or breaker in your prospective job. If I only knew about this, probably I would have done better lah. Because my first job crumple lah. Because I went there with high expectations. Student leader, kita pergi, kita Universiti Malaya, we are Universiti Malaya, we walk in the lake garden, you know, Universiti Malaya got lake garden, the matahari berhenti yo. The pokok tak goyang, kita macam tu punya karakter. Suddenly you go to workplace, cannot survive. Because expectation reality was different. You understand or not? So these 5 points, I hope that through this sharing which Chitra and Sid have created, I want you to open up your mind to start thinking, because what is the outcome we want next time? Okay? And remember, why? We can learn from your father, mother, your uncle, auntie, or your grandfather, grandmother. If you want a long-term professional relationship with your prospective company, be on the lookout for these signs. So when you know this thing, you don't get upset. You're ready. You know how to react. You understand or not? Long-term professional relationship. Never burn the bridges. Never burn the bridges. So that you can survive in the workplace. Okay, reality number 1. Ini reality number 1 ni. I tell you lah. Your parents send you for university. Why? Because they hope that you can be better than them. All parents are like that. All parents are like that. And like my parents, they are rubber tappers. I salute my mother lah. I salute my mother. Those in Senai, if you see my mother, tell her, hey, your son salute you. I salute my father lah. Rubber tapper. In my estate, I stayed in Ladang Sungai Plentong. Bukan Plentong. Ladang Sungai Plentong. From 1970 to 1989 until I went to university lah. Hey, when I went to university, the whole estate came out like Tamil movie like that because I was the first one to go to the university. The manager sent the Land Rover, put me on the Land Rover. Oh, as I was going, everybody come and wave along the road until I keluar. Oh, the feeling is great. Why? Because first person to come out to the university. Woo. Then of course went to university and everything, start earning. Expectation was very high because can earn more money, right? But what's the reality? What's the reality? Tak cukup because you stay in town. Tak cukup. Initially. So that's why when you're going out in the workplace, it's going to be worse for you guys. That's why you must start to set your mindset. Expectation, reality. If you have the value, people willing to pay. Then okay. But if you don't have the value, nilai tambah, don't lah. Have high expectation of yourself. So that's why careful. Expectation of a huge payout. A lot of us, because now you pocket tak banyak kan. Government of course give you 200 ringgit. Correct or not? Ada? Macam receive lah. Okay, I'll call PM and ask for you. All right. But when you go to workplace, so don't start thinking, oh, how are you going to use the money? How I'm going to spend, go bring people for fancy restaurant, blah, blah, buy a new cell phone, buy a new laptop. We have to start thinking because the reality of the world is this. You all don't know. Your parents don't tell you this, because they don't want you to suffer. But do you know who pay you your bills? Your mobile phone bill. Okay, if you pay yourself, terror lah. But most of us not, right? Seva. Because once you get your salary, like this morning somebody said, Mr. Ravi, I expect, I think 1,002. 1,002, you are lucky. It used to be 2,005. And now definitely will go down. So how? Electricity bill, water bill, EPF, SOXO, insurance, transport, sewa rumah, sewa bilik. And then got girlfriend, boyfriend, mampus, how to spend. Birthday function, this and that, everything. I calculated last time now when I did this session with Utah students, a student from, I think, science faculty lah. So I asked the girl, how much you expect to earn? Oh, 2,005. After it calculated, become minus 800. Not enough. Expectation, reality. I tell you frankly. So you have to get ready for that lah. It's going to be worse after this. Okay, number one, that's the first thing. Number two, what is number two? Number two is job description. You all know what's a job description? Okay, normally when you join a company, they will give you a list. What are the things you need to do every day? What are the things you have to do weekly? What are the things you have to do monthly? That's expectation. In reality, if you have a job description, I don't know whether now they give or not, but in the job description, the bottom there, you can ask your father, mother, there will be an asterisk. That's why the information is always the, what do you call, as they say, the devil is in the details. You can observe, because all the top things are nampak biasa, tapi there will be one asterisk which is additional tasks as and when assigned by your superior. It's a very small asterisk, but 80% of your job will be that. You don't know. This is what's going to happen. Reality. You ask your mother, father. Sometimes they do the actual job only 20%. What's written the JD? There will be a lot, 80%. Other things will come in. Sometimes some more, people go MC, you take their job and do. Next day, see the job also become yours. This is reality, I tell you. Really. You ask your parents, they don't tell you, But this is what actually happened in the workplace. Now they are mengamuk already. They say, apa ni Mr. Ravi? Don't tell all this detail. Then my son, daughter don't want to go work. Because sometimes whatever is written in the role and responsibility, sometimes we thought this is what we're going to get. There will be a lot of other things. Okay, in the name. That's why I remember when I was working in Panasonic Corporation, very good. That time got girlfriend already. So 5 o'clock, I want to go back. I mean, of course, want to pergi jalan-jalan, makan minum, like that. So 5 o'clock I leave. My boss called me, hey Ravi, you going back? I say, yeah, boss. What time you came into the office? 6:30. 6:30? Oh, office start 8. Japanese corporation, 8 o'clock. 8:15 lah. 8:15, ada satu music, then you go up the hall and then you need to do exercise. Nyanyi lagu, lepas tu 7 principle, everything lah we do. So I come very early, 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Then after that, want to leave 5 o'clock. Boss said, where are you going? I said, going back. Why are you going back early? I'm going back early, boss. I came 6:30. No. That one is because working start in 8. That one we tak kira. But 5 o'clock, you going back early, habis. Ini, bersedia lah. Okay. So next point, third point. I'm going to finish lah. Third point. Expectation and reality is sometimes the workload. So workload is not just limited to whatever it is been given to you. It once increased, it will never stop. Especially now, when you go to the workplace, the workload will be plentiful. Multitasking. Sometimes some of you, you say that, I cannot concentrate on so many things, but multitasking will be normal. But I think you all can cope lah, because like now you are listening to me at the same time you also playing game. You got other mobile devices, right? And then your hand is drinking coffee, right? Then some more you got sempat put comment, kutuk me in the Facebook some more. Multitasking. I think this one you can survive. Workload, I think it's not an issue for you, but this is what's going to happen at the workplace. Okay, number four. This one sedih sikit lah. You all are dreaming lah. You going to join a company. Because now this company, their projection or image is fantastic. Because I go to many companies. I see factories also, beautiful lah. Look like Starbucks, Look like Starbucks. So, but in reality is what? In reality, you nampak ni, tu bos mengamuk. Really, I tell you. I mean, I have to tell you a true story lah. So that's why be careful with the culture. I work in an organization last time. Okay. This one is okay one. You can tell anybody also, because my former boss wrote a book on this also. Actually, what happened? You can ask your father, mother lah. I tell you, this is what actually happened in reality. Because we workplace, everybody very nice, very kind, right? Actually, most of them are. But sometimes you get some devils at workplace. Dia mengamuk. So I had one time a boss, Japanese guy lah. He came in, and then he gave a speech. He said, you Malaysian, watermelon head. Dia kata watermelon head tau. Watermelon head. Kepala tembikai. And then, of course, when he said that, we all couldn't laugh. And then somebody go and tell the MD, say, MD, you say like this, watermelon head. Watermelon head means tali pikir punya lah. So you must say otak kosong. Otak kosong. Aku datang daripada kampung pun aku tahu mak bapa kata I got brain. Now this one MD in the morning assembly calling us all otak kosong, otak kosong, otak kosong. Wah, cannot take it. Every day. He just fires left, right, center. You understand? But of course, I'm a person who speak up. So one day I went to see the MD lah. And I talk to him, and then he mentioned the word otak kosong. Then I told him, I said, boss, I just kept quiet. Ini strategi lah. You nak layan boss pun ada strategi. So I told him, I said, then he asked me, anything wrong, Ravi? I said, no lah, boss. If I say this, you going to get upset. He said, no, I'm very open. Then he already tell me, be open. Hey, siapa main itu? Relax. So, expectation. Everybody very nice, very friendly, very, careful with their word. But this guy was creating a toxic environment. Banyak tempat kerja. Because people sometimes cannot control their temper. Ada macam ni, bend table. So anyway, I have to tell him lah. Because I ada brain punya orang. But I tell him, that's why you want to correct your bosses, must be face to face lah. So I told him lah, I said, no lah boss. You are 33 years experience. You are like my mother. Kena butter dulu lah. Kena butter. Then after that, he said, okay, please tell me what exactly. He said, no, the word you're using, otak kosong, not suitable for Malaysian culture. Wow, he looked at me, he said, no, Ravi, joking. Apa joking? You 1-2 times you say it's joking, we can laugh lah. But you every time you repeat, you think I keep quiet. I'm Malaysian. I'm a historian. We already sent the Japanese off in 1945. Why you have to return and come and do this? Kena lah. Aku bagi dia. But he very good. He accepted my criticism. So you want to criticize boss, you must do 1-to-1 lah. I talked nicely to him. Then after that, he accepted it. He apologized to me. He said, Ravi sir, I'm sorry, I won't this on you anymore. Underline the word. I won't use this on you anymore. After that, what happened? We went for a trip lah. No problem. The trip was very successful. We went to Spain, and then we came back. In one meeting, he was very mad. Because my boss said something wrong. He turned to my boss and said, Jimmy san. And then they stopped now. He turned back to me and said, Ravi san, I'm sorry, I have to scold your boss. Otak kosong. For 1 year, I suffer. Every time he want to scold anybody, he will turn to me and apologize to me first, and then whack the people. So of course, some people come and ask me, Mr. Ravi, why lah you go and torture yourself? I say, no, I have to tell him. I have to make, kita prinsipal punya orang. I don't work for money alone. Kita bukan kerja sekadar periuk nasi. Kita ada prinsip kehidupan. Macam itulah. Right. So that's why reality. So how? But of course, I do it very professionally. Of course, after that, I left the organization. And then I left in a very good faith. But today, I still, they're consultant for the last 16 years. Because my track record is very good. But the guy kena tapau lah. Because he go and say the same thing to a dato, I got another boss lah. He's a dato. He go and call him otak kosong. Dato got mad lah. He used his contact, everything, packed him to Japan already. So that's why reality of life. You understand? No? Okay, last one. Expectation. So sometimes we go in. I think this is very sad lah. Many of us, many of you will be thinking you're going to companies who got good leader, this and that. I tell you lah. Nasib kamu lah. You're going to get leaders who don't follow. Dia tak. And he will tell you to do something, but he won't do. Sounds very familiar. Yes, banyak. So macam mana? This is the expectation. So you study in the university. You say, wow, we go there. People be working with us collaboratively. Everybody will mentor us, coach us, and everything. But then, reality sometimes you get wrong company, wrong department, wrong boss. Die. He drive you like a slave. Ini ada banyak kes. So ini reality lah. Sedih lah sebab tu. So macam mana ni? So kena prepare and do your investigation before going into the company. You understand or not? Actually, these things, you go and check with your parents lah. Only they don't share with you. They're very kind because they don't want you to think about all this. But we share this because we don't want to frighten you. We want you to prepare, for the realities, because the stress level will be very high after the MCO. After MCO, all these things, stress level very high. So you will have all these. But if you are ready for this, you know how to handle. Okay? So activity, activity, apa kata bini saya? Apa kata bini activity lah? Apa kata bini saya? This is what I always ask her lah. Because she got a lot of good petua. She said, this is a message lah. Do the job you are hired for. Simple as that. Guys, I tell you frankly. If you expect everything to be beautiful, rosy, you dream on lah. Whichever company you go, there will be good things, definitely. But there will be also not so good things. Actually, 80% is good, but 20% not so good. But the problem with human beings is we focus on the 20%. That's our problem. So her message is, do the job you are hired for. Okay? So how? Number one, she said, just be present. Maksudnya apa? Must arrive lah. You already accepted the responsibility to work, right? Okay? So go and do it. Just be present. Make sure you go to work every day. Okay? Second, she said is observe and learn. Learn, observe. So you feel bosses are very funny, job description, they observe and learn, pick up the skill. Yeah, I remember last time when I was in Panasonic Corporation, people throw jobs to me, but I never complain. I observe, I learn. I observe, I learn. Observe, and I finally become their boss. Itulah. When people give the job, don't be frightened. Observe and learn. And finally, of course, what she said, be agile. Agility. Macam goalkeeper, stretch. Can stretch, no problem. Like the shooter, can stretch, no problem. Agile. Adapt. Learn. Your parents are very agile people. Dia punya tulang belakang kukuh, I tell you. That's why all the problem they have in the workplace also, they for you, they will accept it. For my son, for my daughter. Really, I tell you. They don't tell you only. That's agility lah. Okay? So, ini. Saya punya bos selalu cerita lah, Ravi, senang sajalah dalam kehidupan. Panadol atau ginseng. Whatever thing. At the end of the day, when you go to the work field, you have to have this idea. Panadol or ginseng, short term or long term. So you go to a company, if you are not ready, short term lah. But if you prepare your mindset from now, that reality of the workplace won't be as what you're expecting, then you can survive long term. Ginseng. Atau tongkat Ali lah, kacip Fatimah. Panadol atau ginseng. Many of your parents, many of your adults, those you know, they all ginseng kaki lah. That's why tahan lasak. So how about you guys? Are you Panadol or ginseng? Panadol is short term. You take now, okay lah, headache goes off, but cannot last long. Not good for the body. Ginseng, maybe the effect is not very long, but can last, make you stronger. Ginseng atau Panadol? Jawablah sendiri. Okay, last slide. Ini Mahatma Gandhi. You all know Mahatma Gandhi, ya? Tahu? Tak tahu, pergi search lah. Mahatma Gandhi say, adaptability is not limitation. Agility, adaptability is not limitation. It means power of resistance and assimilation. Kita ada satu kuasa untuk menghadapi cabaran. So that's what your backbone must become strong. Whatever you are learning in the university is to make you strong, to become the generation which can hold this nation together. Together we can make this nation the best nation in the world. Itulah maksudnya. If you can ready yourself for the challenges which are going to come, the reality of the world will be different, totally different. You will have certain expectation, but whatever it is, when you go into the work field, adapt, learn, unlearn, relearn. Sure can survive one. Okay? Itu dia saya punya kuliah, khutbah or kuliah, whatever you say lah, for today. So I would like to open now the session. So in case you have any other question, you send your message to my email. If you want to follow me in the Facebook, also can. Let me take some questions and before we close. So Sid, please let me know how long I can go. Alright. Okay, apa dia kata ni? Ada soalan lah. Question, any question lah, whatever lah. I mean, if I can answer, I answer lah. Pukul 4. So apa PM kata? MCO continue. Continue or not, don't worry. That one is not our problem. We get ready. Wherever you are, you get yourself ready to face the world. Question, if you got any question, please post. Then I try to answer lah. But don't ask me whether the MCO continue or not, or whether Kampa Green boleh keluar. I pun tak tahulah. I'm waiting to play football. Every Sunday I play football, and now 3 minggu kaki sudah gatal. Okay, soalan daripada Muhammad Zaiduf. Soalan yang apa soalan dia? Is there any different in work culture if we work in non-government company and working in government? What are the things that we have to expect and prepare? Soalan yang canggih. Actually, I won't be the right person to answer this lah, because I have never worked in the government. Although very interestingly, when I study, I did economics and majored in public administration. So I supposed to work in the government. 3 years I study very hard to work in the government because my dream was to become a politician. Itu cita-cita saya. Sebab tu saya belajar public admin. To work in first, then after that go to Intan, Institute Tabdir dan Awam Negara, sit for the PTD punya exam, lepas tu jadi government servant and then become a political secretary to a politician and then slowly panjat lah jadi menteri ke apa ke. Itu cita-cita saya. So I won't be able to answer this. But let me tell you one thing. The government situation have changed a lot. The culture have changed a lot. Nowadays, government also have KPI. Really not easy. You don't believe that? Every day you see the pengarah itu kesihatan, kena buat laporan kan, ketua pengarah kesihatan. KPI, instant. Every day, 5 o'clock you have to report. Similar ni, the culture, the government have to become now a different machinery compared to those days. Those days senang saja. Those days government you go dia pegang macam ni, dia kata, bos boleh tanya macam mana tu, okay, tanya sana. Then go to another department, until satu pusing you pun pengsan. But today government is not like that. You go, they settle it there. Because they also become a different setup. Work culture is very different. So for me I tell you, whether government or corporate, the question is, are you ready to do the job or not? That's what is important. You can survive one if you are ready to do the job. 3 things needed, Muhammad Zaiful. Pertama, you must know yourself. Second, you must know the organization. Doesn't matter government or corporate. And third thing is, can you make it happen? Itu saja. If you can make things happen wherever, you can survive. No problem. Okay. So that's why, although I prepared to, my education was prepared to work for the government, the same thing I apply in corporate. So I survived in Public Bank 1 year, 2 months, Panasonic for 11 years, and now 16 years as a businessman. So, doesn't matter. Culture, it's you. You are the culture. You make the culture lah. Apa you nak sebenarnya? Okay? Siapa lagi? Soalan? Tadi petang banyak soalan? Okay. Sorry. Tadi pagi banyak soalan? Ni petang. Okay, ada soalan. Siapa ni? Can we say our expectation to the interviewer during an interview? That's a very good question. Let me tell you lah. You can tell whatever you want. But the reality is, can you adapt to the organization? Because the organization is not going to adapt to you. Let me tell you frankly lah. Okay? You can tell whatever expectation you have. But whether the organization can fulfill that one is not their owners. Because at the end of the day, the issue is this, demand supply. Now, there is too many people asking for few jobs. So beggar can have choices. Beggar, no choice one. I mean, it's an idiom. I'm not telling you are a beggar. Idiom. Beggars, mana boleh pilih? Itu bagi ambil makan. Correct or not? So you can share your expectation to the interviewer, but whether they want to fulfill or not, that's another story. Understand or not? Itulah. Macam last time, I remember I work in Panasonic. I think the boss asked me one question. So, Mr. Ravi, do you have any expectation? And then I said, from your discussion just now, you said that we're going to be a separate identity. And then he told me, because my division is called systems division. We sell CCTV, PA system and things like that. So the interview time, they tell me, we want a separate Panasonic, they got consumer division, sell to fridge, water cooler, aircon and stuff like that. Our division is very high level. They got a system. We have our own company, all kind of things they say. Let me tell you, it was not fulfilled when I was there. So I go back and sue them. So expectation, you can have whatever expectation, but whether they fulfill or not, the one is the owners of the organization because they are so struggling. Not easy. Understand? Apa lagi? Q&A. Soalan. Why some con? Apa ni? Why some con? Apa jawapan? Some con? Con apa? Con? Contractor. Why some con? Tak faham Siti? Con, I mean con company penipu. Mesti ada lah. This is manusia. You will have all these kind of con. So you must be careful lah. That's why you have to do your investigation and things like that before you join any organization. Especially any organization, they promise you heaven and earth. The difference of heaven and earth, they can a lot of things. This one cakap kosong saja lah. Reality is not like that. So you must be very careful. Probably that's what he meant. I'm not very sure your question, but there are con companies. You must be careful. That's why do your research. Okay, Suvita. Ni my favorite student. Dia banyak soalan. Are we allowed to ask our interviewer about the job description before getting? Of course lah. You can ask. You can ask during the interview. Suvita, you didn't attend my session in the morning. Itulah, never attend. Now you see how to. You want to know the answer? Ken. Afizah bilang hari Tuesday, Tuesday I have a session. Come and attend, I'll answer this question. If I answer, you won't come, okay? But anyway, no need to make so difficult. You are allowed to ask, okay? You can ask. Okay, thank you. Apa lagi? Muhammad, Muhammad, baguslah Muhammad Zaidul Faiz, baguslah dia. What we must do if the reality happen is much worse than our expectation, beyond our preparation? Do you have tips how to cope with this? Actually very simple. Muhammad, simple. Quit. Yes. We call it exit strategy. It's like this. I know sometimes you might not accept this. Two people meet. Okay? So they love each other. All right? They have expectation. Then reality different. So what happened? Two things can happen. One is adjust, agile, adapt. That's why marriage can survive. But cannot. What happened? Putus lah. So exit. So that's why if it is much worse than your expectation, whatever it is, then you have to quit. Because like you also, it's not only one company. You got plenty of company, right? Similarly, they also, not only you, the employee, they also have plenty of other potential. So things like this is normal. Okay? So if it is worse, don't suffer in silence. See, this one is a very good question, because I've seen people last time when I was in Panasonic Corporation. Remember that otak kosong issue? 1 year I suffer. So finally I told myself, alamak, selalu kena silent macam ni tak boleh tahan lah. If I stay like this, I die. So how? Okay, I make a move. So what I do? Sekarang masa tu, my umur 35 already. I don't know whether people want to hire or not. So I talked to my wife lah. Then she said, hey honey, remember when we met in public bank, what we told ourselves? One day we want to start a company. Maybe now this is the time to start a company. So we started our company in 2004. So now I can survive because of that survival. So that's why there's always an opportunity. You understand or not? Don't get stuck. Don't say that no choice. The one God has given us is power of choice. Sometimes people come and tell you, no choice. No such thing as no choice. We have choice. Choice to live lah. That's one way to cope. Because if I stay there, probably I go mad already by now. But I left. But things change, Then I progressed. And then what the good things came about? I went to University Malaya and did 2 master. I went to University Melbourne to continue the master. And then I did how many certification? Certification in training, certification in coaching, mentoring, certification in NLP programming. Banyak certificate aku buat after I came out from Panasonic Corporation. But I still serve Panasonic Corporation. They are still my client. So macam mana? Ada pilihan. But if I stay there, probably I suffer. You see, so I went out, I actually did better. All right. So that one thing lah. Muhammad Zaidatul Faiz bin Sobri, God is in control. If you believe God, God is in control. Whatever the situation is, God is in control. No need to worry. So kena percaya Tuhan lah. Sign the rukun negara, kepercayaan kepada Tuhan. Very important. Okay. Ini you on roll lah. Ini Zaidul Faiz, Muhammad Zaidatul Faiz. What we must do if the reality happen is much more. Soalan sama. Apa kamu ulang 2 kali? Okay, so jawab. Okay, never mind. Good lah. That means you are very interested in the soalan. Okay. Izan, apa dia kata? What do you think when someone want to try a job? Apa ni soalan ni? Try, just try. You don't try, you will never know. That means what? That means you're not sure about the job, is it? So you want to go and try lah. Nothing wrong, what? Better do something than nothing. Because sometimes, let me tell you, when I went to a public bank, I thought that was a perfect job for me lah. Because one of the element, because I majored in political science, public administration, everything, but one of the element was human resource. So when they hire me, I say, okay lah, human resource. Tapi tak boleh tahan lah. It doesn't suit my nature. Because I think when the job is be very desk oriented, and I have to do a lot of calls to check on medical claims, to recruit people. After 1 year, 2 months, I say, tak boleh tahan. You faham tak? So it's okay to try, because it's better do something rather than nothing. Because idle mind is devil's workshop. Remember that. So better go and do something. I hope that's your question lah. And then Suita, very good. Please go attend on Monday. Ini apa ni? PKP. Lama. Ini Kai Zianli. Very good lah you. PKP extend from 15 to 28 April. Yes. Good news or bad news? We don't know. But we will support the government. Okay? Stay home. Stay safe. Simple as that. Okay. See, that's why I said this Kai Zianli. Occasionally in your resume, you put I am the ability to multitask. So during the interview, when they ask you, what do you mean by that? Oh, while attending Mr. Ravi's kuliah, I also check out what PM is talking about. You see, you have the ability to do multiple things. So what's the problem? Okay, lagi apa ni? Nur Atira, Nur Atira, dia kata apa ni? Hi sir, when students are fresh in a company, intern or grad lah, how should we overcome the fear to adapt ourselves in the company? Soalan yang mantap lah. You know why I laugh? The only way to overcome his fear is to face the fear. Really? There's no other way. Betul. Okay, like say for example, I scared lah to get married. I don't know whether the person is the right person, but only you get married, then you'll find out. You want to do public speaking, what do? You do the public speaking lah. The more you do it, you become okay. So similarly, overcome fear is by doing it. There's no other way. Because you keep on running, the fear will chase you. So you look at the fear and throw stone lah. I don't know whether you were chased by dogs before or not. Ada anjing kejar dulu. Kalau you lari, itu anjing akan kejar. Tapi you toleh, you tengok dia, macam ni dia akan larikan diri. That's how the fear is. You understand or not? Like for instance, talking like this. You think, I was frightened to talk 2 weeks ago because it's so funny. I can't see anybody, But I'm looking, I don't know how you look like also. Nur Atira. But there's one, in my Mac, there's one camera there, green color. I can see your face there. Agak-agak saja lah. Ada fear juga. I don't know whether you are listening to me, but who cares? The more I try, I become quite good in this. So people watch my video, they say, hey, very good are you. But 2 weeks ago, takut juga. Don't know how I'm going to talk and everything, but now get used to it. Everything is all about getting used to it. Betul tak? Dulu you pergi sekolah senang tak ada. You get used to it. Come to university, things senang You hear a lot of funny story, right? But you used to it. That's it. So whether you are fresh, intern or don't worry. You do your research, prepare the best. That's why you're preparing you. What is Chitra Seed doing is preparing you guys. So that when you go, of course, initially there'll be fear. But as you get used to it, human have this capability to adapt. Then we will overcome. Similarly, ini apa tu virus? Apa tu? COVID-19. Soon the flow cannot already run because human beings, we will produce some kind of ability, hopefully lah. Then COVID-19 is history. Okay? You all budak sains, you all tahulah. Okay. Apa ni? Adila, I want, tanya lah, how can we answer when the employer interviewer asks our answer lah. If they said, do you have any expected salary? You said, sir, I expect 3,000. Dia akan terkejut lah. Memang dia tak boleh bayar. So you ask me for expectation, my expectation is 3,000. But again, based on your situation, you decide lah how much to pay. Because you ask the question, I tell lah. Don't need to be scared. Don't say I don't have any expected salary. Tak boleh. You must have a gauge. Okay, like now, of course, the expectation salary, very difficult. Many employees cannot pay also. I think a lot of them also will take advantage of not paying very well. But at the end of the day, if you have value, people will pay. That's why value means your good means people will pay. People will pay. Okay, so if they ask, just tell. No need to be scared. How to ask? How to answer? Just answer. Just answer lah. That's why you have to do your research. In your field, like say for instance, you're a mathematics student. Okay, I don't know what you want to do. Maybe you want to go into teaching. So find out first lah. How much in teaching? How much they pay? I mean, you can call your seniors. They will tell you. Maybe you don't ask what they are asking lah. Probably you say, okay lah, I give discount a bit, 20% lesser, whatever. It's okay one to ask. After all, they ask you the question, right? Do you have any expected salary? You say lah. This is my expected salary, but any other day, you have to decide as organization. Because every organization, they have a calculation, man. Okay, Alright, ini siapa ni? Soalan panjang. For entry-level worker, how can they deal with co-worker, supervisor taking advantage of their inexperience? Maybe the expectation is having heavy workload, but in reality, their manager are making these less workers to do their work. I tell you, Akila, you pernah kerja ke ni? Macam kisah benar je. Let me tell you how we handle this lah. See, when I only can talk from my experience, because I don't know how people view it. You can say it as people taking advantage. For me, inside my mind, whenever people give me work, in my brain is, the more I learn, the better I'm going to get. You soon will be out of job. Really, I tell you. Last time I kerja dekat Panasonic dulu, ramai orang bagi kerja dengan saya. One of the kerja they give very funny one lah. I think it was 25 days I was in the job, and then that time was Chinese New Year lah. And then after that there was a meeting, sales meeting. Then after that they say, okay, during the Chinese New Year we're going to travel from Johor, from Kluang, from Batu Pahat. We go to different places for dinner lah. And then they said, okay, we need an MC. And then when the moment our manager, branch manager said MC, master of ceremony lah, everybody look at me. Actually they want to denda me lah. They said, oh ni budak baru ni, kenakan dia. Now you know how tough the job is. But actually don't realize, saya dekat Universiti Melaya sudah pun dilatih menjadi MC. That's why lah join all the Koko activity, kita MC, kita pegang mic, tak boleh berhenti punya. But it doesn't start that way lah. I so struggle from young, but now it's a skill. So when they pass this what so-called extra workload, I just took it. Because for me is, I'm only 22 mah. Let me go and handle. Then I go and prepare. I go and prepare the script, everything I prepare. And then during the dinner, I spoke so well, man. Because I'm representing Universiti Melaya. I want to show these jokers. Because they make fun of me, This is Johor Bahru branch lah. Because that time, their staff all don't have university plus. Most of them from SPM, STPM one lah. So they all look at me, oh, Universiti Melaya belaga. I didn't belaga, but I did a very good job. And I was very fortunate that time because our corporate communication head, Tuan Haji Shahano, sekarang sudah alaiham, last year passed away lah. He look at me. See, I'm in branch. This is HQ guy came and said, hey, young man, you can talk. No, lah, sir, a little bit. Okay. Then 1 month later, they call me to KL. You know why? Those of you work in, your parents work in Mashita. We always have this Mashita Panasonic sports carnival, big event, 3-4 days event. All those staff from all over the country. Our workforce that time, 10-20 years ago, 32,000 people. But 5,000 people come to Shah Alam. Those of you in Shah Alam, you will know there's a stadium there. I'm only 22 years old. They invited me to become master of ceremony. Workload. Advantage. So I master of ceremony lah. Then after that, MD, Ogata-san. Ogata-san came, who is this young man? Can speak very well. Oh, so Ravi-san. Oh, Ravi-san, very good Ravi-san. Oh, macam tu. Lepas tu apa jadi? Naik pangkat. Naik gaji, naik pangkat. Because top management no. Because in company, your salary, your increment all come from who? Not from your immediate boss. It's from the management who sit in the sun and MD sit. So Ravi-san, very good, Ravi-san, very capable. Increase salary. And then lepas tu, naik pangkat, lepas tu, jadi assistant manager, lepas tu jadi manager. Very fast, I promote. By 28, I already department head already. Join 22, How? That's why lah, you load me lah. I will do the work. Because for me is nothing wrong, but I want to prove that how good I am. So give me lah. So it's approach lah. But if you look at it, that's why I said, if you see that people take advantage, that is an advantage. But for me, I didn't see it as an advantage. I see it as an opportunity. So that's the thing. Akila. Okay, siapa ni? Kawan kita ini Sid and Citra, please give prize to Muhammad Zaidatul Faiz Sobri. Oh, dia banyak soalan. But now we never know the unexpected outcome because we don't know the future. We will proceed our internship in this current situation. Zaidatul Faiz, don't lose hope lah. I tell you, one thing mankind have is harapan. Kita ada harapan. Jangan fikir lain. Ni harapan. Hope. There's always hope. That's what keep man go. So we don't worry about the situation outside. Okay. Of course, the outcome can be. We do not know what's going to be. But let me tell you, for me, I can only talk about myself lah. I don't know because my job is to go and give speeches and everything. But the last 1 week, I'm very busy. Pagi petang busy Betul. Pagi ceramah, petang ceramah. Last time one ceramah only have to travel. Now no need to travel. My speech is traveling all over the country. Soon ASEAN, soon the world. That's how I think lah. Because last time you had to naik kapal terbang, sekarang siapa nak naik kapal terbang? Tak payah. So situation will change. So even your internship can change one. Companies hire you, but you work from home. Can change one. It's a matter of adaptability. Okay, So positif lah, kena positif. Okay, bagus. Ada lagi soalan? Kena minum kopi ni petang. In Kampa, that's what we do lah. Lepas, you all pun macam tu kan. Kalau, I hope you all at your house lah. Kalau dekat campus, kesian lah kamu. Some of you, I don't know whether you left or not. But it's okay. We are positive. We will. We must take opportunity of the things which we have in our life. This is a great opportunity as far as I'm concerned, because I can reach out to so many people. Last time, Chitra, Dr. Malara, you will agree. I want to get students to come for workshop. Susah. Hafiza, kesian. Semua commit, but on the day, never turn up. But now, so many people. You all turn up until I can't even enter. Trainer tak boleh sampai training. Okay? Alright. So, ada lagi 7 minit. 7 minit. Kalau ada apa-apa, bolehlah minta saya. Tak ada masalah. Sementara I check lah. Okay.
Any more questions, everyone?
Yes. Thank you very much for posting the questions, guys. You all are wonderful people. Future of our country, man. So, remember, E plus R equals to O. So, what's the outcome you want? If you want the outcome to be positive, don't worry about the event. Your response is important. Betul. Okay? And then, if you got time, after MCO, please come to Kampa. And then, kalau ada pasukan bola, bawalah pasukan bola. Kita veteran, 50 lebih. Tak apalah, main-main game. Okay? Alright, so thank you very much for the time, guys. Kita akan jumpa lagi pada masa-masa akan datang. Sampai itu, stay home, stay safe. Alright, terbaik. Right. Thumbs up, guys. Thumbs up. Alright.
Thank you, Mr. Ravi. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Stay safe.
Yes, stay safe. Stay home, stay safe. Kena sambung.